Hi, everybody. I'm back. I haven't done a post in a very long time because I have been gone for the last 2 weeks. And if you can't tell from my voice, that's because I've been at the TCM Classic Film Festival. Then it took a few days to hang out in LA. And this is my seventh film festival. I went several years as an attendee, and this is my second year working as an employee. Here's the badges. Look at, so this is my buttons. This is my staff badge. Look at that. And then look at all these ribbons. Oh my God, don't you wish you went? You could have all these ribbons. Okay, so every year when I used to go, I used to see like 23 films, and it was intense. But the last 2 years I've worked, and I love it. But it means I get to see less films. But this year, I managed to see. So last year I saw 2 films, one new one old one. This year I saw one new one and 3 old ones. So I'm now at 2 films for April. I'll catch up. So what did I see? Well, first I'll talk about the ones that I saw that weren't new. So I saw Nitrate. I saw Laura on Nitrate. I've now seen Laura 5 times on the big screen. I wasn't the biggest fan of this Nitrate print, but I thought the Nitrate was beautiful. I'd never seen anything Nitrate before, and if you're familiar with Laura, there's this opening sequence where you go through Lydeker's like glass case, and it feels like you're in 3D. It feels like you are going through that glass case. So that was really great. I also saw in Nitrate Black Narcissus, which is like such a fucked up movie. I love it so much, and that's one I've seen on the big screen I think 3 times now, but never Nitrate. And that red, that lipstick like application with the nurse that goes, or the nun who goes nuts, amazing. And the flashback to Ireland with the water and the night, oh, it was beautiful. And then on the last day I saw, which you can see right here, I saw Preston Sturges's The Palm Beach Story, which was one of the first films. I think it might have been the first Preston Sturges I saw, and it was one of the first films that made me really, really love TCM. So getting to see it on the big screen was a dream come true. It's such a preposterous film, but I love it, and it gets funnier every time I watch it. Preston Sturges is a genius. Which brings me to the film that I saw that was new to me. This would be King Vidor's Street Scene, which stars the one, the only Ms. Sylvia Sidney. Sylvia Sidney's amazing. There's a new biography out of her about her, came out last year, called Paid by the Tear. It's great. If you don't love Sylvia Sidney, it will make you love Sylvia Sidney. If you don't love Sylvia Sidney, you already have some problems. But if you do love Sylvia Sidney, it'll make you love her even more. So Street Scene is based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning play. King Vidor adapts it in 1931. It's pre-code. It's early sound. Sylvia Sidney had been in a couple of things, but this was the film that really made her a star. It brought Beulah Bondi and John Quaylen from the original Broadway production of this play to film. So the reason we have Beulah Bondi, a.k.a. Jimmy Stewart's mother, in a million films, and John Quaylen, the best thing in a lot of films, is this film. It also has this piece of music that was done by Alfred Newman. Sounds a little bit like Gershwin. To be honest, I always thought it was Gershwin. That has been used in a million other films, including Kiss of Death, and most notably, I think, How to Marry a Millionaire. It's this piece of music that when you hear it, you're like, oh shit. So this was one of the first times that a score was written specifically for a film, and then that piece of music has been used for 80 years. Street Scene is 24 hours on this, pretty much mostly right in front of this tenement building, with a little couple of other places, and it all, because it was originally a stage play, it all takes place in this one place, and there's gossip, and a heat wave, and children, and adultery, and, you know, flirty women, and all kinds of stuff, Bolsheviks, and anti-communism, and communism, and still everything that's happening in the 30s, leading out of World War I and leading into World War II, is all happening and being talked about in this one spot. And the loss of privacy when we start living in these big buildings, and how neighbors are not necessarily a great thing when you're in a city, and the pressures of being in a city, and what it's like to be a woman in 1931, both as a teen girl and as a grown woman, and it's just a fascinating film. I loved it so much. It's 80 minutes. It's brisk. It's partly shot by Greg Tolan, so the cinematography is unbelievable. It feels like an epic, but it only takes place over 24 hours in pretty much one location. It's like one of those films that you watch it and you're just like, why isn't this regarded as one of the great masterpieces? I don't know, but it should be. You can watch it on YouTube. There's some really shitty prints on YouTube, but I would love to see a beautiful restored like Blu-ray of this film. It's so gorgeous and so amazing. And God, Sylvia Sidney is like the greatest. She's just want to see everything she's in. So this was 1931's Street Scene, directed by King Vidor. This was the 2017 TCM Classic Film Festival. I had a blast. I also, when I stayed, I went finally to the Westwood Cemetery and I got to visit Marilyn Monroe and Lou Ayres. Always good. And Dean Martin and several other great people. Jack Lemmon, the funniest grave I've ever seen. I went to a Casablanca themed Mexican restaurant in Venice Beach because I lived in LA for 3 years and somehow I didn't know this existed. I don't know. I had a blast. I love LA. It's a great place. It was nice to visit. And now I'm going to delve back into watching Frasier. I got 2 seasons left of Frasier, but I also have some Riverdale to watch. My friend Britta wrote last night's episode. I'm excited. This has been a great vacation. I'm going to dive back into the world of cinema. Hope you guys had a good 2 weeks, and probably going to see Colossal tomorrow, so I'll let you know how that is. Gotta love Anne Hathaway. Anyways, you should check out Street Scene, even if you watch just that really shitty print. So good, Sylvia Sidney for the win.